Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. For today's guest, we have Cesar Millan. Welcome in. And then now you can come in and sit in the middle. And for today's co-host, we have Clifford the dog. Please welcome in Clifford.
All right. How does Clifford feels today?
He's excited to be here. So please, just in case anybody doesn't know you, introduce yourself and all that one.
I am Cesar Millan, and people know me as the dog whisperer.
The dog whisperer. So
Yeah.
what does that mean?
Well, I guess what it means for a lot of people is someone who can connect, communicate, and have a good relationship with dogs. You can rehabilitate dogs like Clifford.
How can you rehabilitate him, or is he too far gone?
He looks far gone. He looks very upset, very neurotic.
Yeah.
Right? And there is some dogs that is definitely hard to get to them because they're so far gone. And this is what happened to Clifford.
How do you think he
I've
got
never
that
seen
way?
a dog so bad. Huh?
That's the worst you've ever seen?
The worst I ever seen. He looks too skinny for me, and that's a sign of unhealth.
You need to feed him more. He needs to be
Yeah,
fed more.
In the Mexican community, you need to be a little chubby for people to give you a little bit of faith.
To
on
show that you have enough money to buy food.
it. Well, a little bit, a little bit.
Why doesn't my dog start behaving better even when I get down on his level and give him a piece of my mind?
Well, I think it's not only at a strategy that we need to pay attention. A lot of times is, what energy are we bringing into the picture, and how do we addressing that moment?
Well, I have my dog. I have the one, and he's about this big.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll get down right next to him, and I'll speak his language or my language, and sometimes we'll get in a physical altercation, but usually it'll just result with him not listening to me in the future.
Frustration is not a good approach, so when people get down to the level and they're frustrated or confused about their communication, the dog normally are not going to respond the way you want to.
Why is it okay to be afraid of spiders but offensive to be scared of two guys kissing?
That's a good question, right?
Yeah.
I think it's a matter of getting used to it.
Getting used to it?
Well, if you grew up in America, you're used to it.
No, I grew up in America. I'm not used to it.
Some people are not, right? Some people
Like
are
if
not.
I'm scared of spiders too. If I see a spider, I'll get a little shocked. But if I see two guys kissing, I'm in defense mode. I'm ready to rumble.
You ask for your social distance.
No. I'm gonna close the gap between social distance with a jab and then a hook.
Well, if you can get away with that, that's
Is
cool.
that how you would do it?
No,
How would you react
I
if you
stay
saw
in the
that?
ranch.
In the ranch? Yeah, by the way, for context, in case the set looks a little different, we're filming here at his ranch.
Yes.
I just wanted to say that. But here's one related to the last one. By the way, why do they call it homophobia? I'm not actually scared of them. I'm just extremely angry.
I don't know. It's a good question. Normally, I think about how do I solve the world with dogs and humans, but I haven't thought about that
What
one.
Do you have any pit bulls?
I love pit bulls, and right now it's
What
it
if you
changes.
What if you train them to be attacking, send them in West Hollywood and let hell break loose?
Listen, he doesn't mean it.
Me, I don't mean it. Oh, I mean that.
You do.
Oh, I mean it.
Well, it's a lot of pit bulls in West Hollywood. It's a lot of pit
Yeah,
bulls.
but they're
they love
good,
pit
they're
bulls.
good pit bulls, happy pit bulls. What if
Happy-go-lucky pit bulls.
we need
yeah.
to send raging pit bulls?
Raging pit bulls.
They haven't
Send
eaten
this
in
guy.
weeks.
Look at him.
I would send that
He
guy.
doesn't
That's
look like a pit bull. He looks
that's
like
not a
fish
pit bull,
lab.
but we could send 10,000 of those guys into West Hollywood. We'll clean out the area and we'll replace it with a mega church.
Well, there's already a church there.
No, just a big one. They're the biggest one in the world. Just as a disrespect to the guys who were there before.
Well, okay.
If you're the dog whisperer,
Yes.
where is Mr. Yell in the dog's ear?
I don't know. There's a lot of people that yell. There's a lot of yell whispers.
Is there anybody famous with a TV show where instead of taming the dogs and make them behave better, they get right up close into the dog's ear until a fight breaks loose?
No, so far no, eh?
No, why
So far,
not?
no, I don't know because it won't work. The dog doesn't listen with the ears; it listens with his nose.
What if? So how can you enrage it quickly?
Enrage what? The dog?
Yes.
Well, that's not what I do for a living. I know a lot of people they do that.
How can they do it?
But that's why they train personal protection. So they create this aggression, right, or this territorial behavior, and they take the dog to this predatory. I actually do the opposite. I remove aggression or dogs and rage.
So if somebody broke into the ranch, your dogs wouldn't be able to protect you.
My dogs do not overprotect. My dogs protect naturally. They protect, the farm animals. They protect my family. They protect the land. But they don't overprotect. So I'm talking about the dogs who are just going to bite just because people came in. A kid can come in and
So how would they know who to attack based on their
the energy
color?
of the person. The color. No, it's based on the energy. Your intention is something that they feel. The color is something you wear.
What if
But
it's
the
somebody
energy-
comes in and they got a gun and they're swinging it around and stuff?
Yeah, I'm from Sinaloa, so I understand guns like nobody
Sinaloa?
else.
What is that?
Yes, it's the capital of all the cartels in the world.
Oh, it's in Mexico?
Mexico. Yes. So guns is normal. We learn, when people are when they have one, or we just become really good at it. Are reading people. They have this kind of toys.
How did Mexican people come up with the idea to name all of their kids Jesus?
Because we love him.
Yes, but I mean, I
Because we
guess
believe we're going to be close to him by us granting this or giving this or offering, because we believe in offerings. El Dia de los Muertos, that's a big day for us. So we
is it possible that some of them might be trying to reincarnate their children
They would
as
love
him?
to. Certainly, my mom would be one of those.
Is that what they're trying to do?
I hope so.
But that wouldn't be disrespectful to maybe do that, or it's more just like an honoring
I
thing?
think to imitate somebody that we admire or that we are really thankful for it. Most Mexicans, we're very grateful of God. And so if we can become as close as God, that will be an honor. And our parents will totally join on that.
Are you religious?
Very much.
That's nice.
Very much.
So you don't hang around West Hollywood.
My brother is gay, so I love him.
Oh, really?
Yes. That's not a problem. It's not a problem. That's not a problem at all. Listen, I heard everything, so nothing can.
If you don't have a problem with it,
Yeah, don't worry.
you're better
Keep
than
going.
me. Okay. Is it morally wrong to steal someone's dog so they put up a reward for them and then you return the dog later for the reward?
Well, that's a fraud, right? So that's acting out of dishonesty.
Of course.
Yeah, no.
Just my
I
style.
live by the motor code, so I have never stole. I never owe. Everything I have, I earn.
So, but everybody wins in the end because they think that they were sad for a day or two when they think they lost their dog, but they don't care about the $500 that they lost. They're relieved to get him back, and then you're relieved to get back $500.
Yeah, but you did it in a dishonest way, so you're still going to pay for it, right? So you're going to make tangible money that day, because when you're a dishonest person, you can make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right? But you're still going to pay because you just harm your honor. And that's
But
for
no,
me.
how nobody could know about it. It could be a
But
secret.
God knows. God knows. Your mom knows.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
your conscience knows.
you could tell your mother you found the dog on the street. It's a stray dog, and you keep. I mean, she'll get suspicious if you keep bringing home $1,000. But at that point, you.
Exactly. Your mom knows. She wants to believe that you're a good person, right? Because even the moms of all the drug cartel guys, they want to believe they're going to be good at one point, but they knew. They knew. So, like, the reason why I'm mentioning this is because I grew up in that environment. But
You grew up next to cartels?
Yeah.
And why?
So if you watch Narcos 3, I grew up when the Federation of Mexico, when the big companies of the Narcos, I grew up in that time, right? I saw Caro Quintero, I saw Feliz Gallardo, I saw Fonseca, El Señor de los Cielos. All, like when people talk about Pablo Escobar, that was one guy. I grew up around 10.
And you
Right.
met them personally?
You have to.
Did
Just
you
like-
did you ever work for them or no?
No.
Why
That's-
not?
That's what I'm trying to take you. That your mom or your parents are going to take you to the right path or the wrong, or they're going to let you be in the wrong path. It's not easy, but they're in charge of reminding you to be honest, respectful, good heart, and be smart. And no matter what it is, don't get tempted by the money, because it's a lot of money.
It's not about the money for me. It's more about the urge to get under on someone, steal the money. Even $1 to me to steal it would be better than making 100 honest.
Well, I mean, you can play with that and then eventually pay the consequence of like earning it that fast. Like stealing,
If I had to pick, I'd rather work 100 hours for $1 to steal, or work 100 hours to make $1,000. It's all about just stealing and taking away from others.
Wow. Well, you're investing in the wrong bank, but right? Some people
It's
call
not
it
working. I'm not making any money. As a matter of fact, I usually end up on the other side of it. But it's just about the idea that one day I could get
Yeah,
someone.
I understand it, right? Because you can like, I just want to feed the dragon
Yeah.
versus feeding the other part of you.
But
Yeah, you
even
can feed
my guy here, I don't feed him at all. He's starving. Look at him. His bones look like
He's
they're
doing
about to
really
fall
good.
off.
He's gonna be so tired by the time we finish this segment.
Why? Because he's so much energy going into this. He also
gonna be
doesn't have any
neurotic.
food in him. So
Yeah, that's hardcore.
how can you stop behavior like this though? Barking and woof.
Well, first I remove, the whole neurotic behavior. Normally, what I do, I put him in the pool. No, I put him in the pool.
The
Like
pool?
yeah, when a dog is having like a hard
To
time.
drown him.
Well, no, not to necessarily to drown the neurotic behavior. That's what I'm removing, no? So I put him in the pool, and then the dog, because he didn't choose to go in the pool, I put him in. So the dog is going to go into this motion of like, how do I get here? And so now I'm redirecting the way he's draining energy. And then when the dog relaxes, I take him out. Then the dog is like, oh, this was awesome. And then he gets hungry. Then I feed him. Then he's not going to have this energy because he's going to be exhausted.
I thought your tactic was to go.
Sometimes I use that.
Can you try that on him?
South Park. Remember you saw that episode?
I saw the South
Yeah.
Park episode.
So
Yes.
that definitely work on it. See, this is not the time that I would do South Park.
No, that's
if
not.
If you watch his eye contact, I will never touch a dog with this eye contact. Right? I would walk the dog, go for a bike ride, but I would never touch it because he's gonna strike. So
If a dog is looking at you like that, what's a better option? A left hook or a front kick?
well, I don't think at that time you're gonna be safe touching, reaching.
Well, that's why you have
Yeah.
to get the first shot in.
Well, you gotta catch him before he gets there.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I
If you're gonna
mean.
do some kind of block, you gotta catch him before. You gotta catch him before he gets that far. Right now he's far, so right now the best thing to do
There's
is
good
leave him
distance
alone.
between you and him.
Yeah.
So just let him explode in his own brain.
As long as he doesn't hurt himself or hurt other people, you can say, I lost that round, but in the next one I'm gonna catch him.
Wouldn't you
before.
want him to hurt himself to be less dangerous towards you in the future?
No, because it becomes a habit. So the whole point is not to allow.
But then
that.
eventually he'll just be out and done.
Well, he'll kill himself.
But then there's nothing to worry about.
Well, I mean, I guess you can do it that way, but then what's the point of helping that person?
Oh, no helping. And then I get what I want. I look in his pockets, and there's no repercussions.
I didn't know that was the strategy, but I guess
We were having two different conversations here.
Absolutely, I'm more into like father figure kind of thing.
Yeah, you were talking about how to help somebody like that, and I was positioning myself to kill him and then steal his wallet.
So my mission is better human, better planet, right? So I'm always gonna go for the way. Okay, let's keep that human happy. Let's keep that human healthy, good heart, and smart, or use him. Help him as much as he can. Learn to develop his intelligence. But most people, I think, they can do a good happiness, good health, and good heart. I think that's achievable.
Yes. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action. They have over 10 million players and something about $1 billion. All you have to do is pick more or less on a couple player stats and you'll have a chance to get up to $1,000 in awarded winnings. They also offer Venmo and Apple Pay to get quick and easy transactions. My buddy Mike uses PrizePicks and he's betting on LeBron to have more than 24 points in one of his next games. And the basketball season is in its second half and the playoffs are coming up. So don't miss out. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code Matan, M-A-T-A-N, M as in M, A as in A, T as in T, A as in A, and N as in N to get $50 for free after playing your first $5 lineup. That's code Matan, M-A-T-A-N, to get $50 for free after playing your first $5 lineup. Thanks to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's episode. PrizePicks, run your game. How do I unfreeze my dog?
Unfreeze.
Yes. It was hot
Oh, he's dead?
outside. No, it was hot outside, so I put him in the freezer.
Guess what? I had a friend growing up, and he put a parakeet in the freezer. And
Yes.
He died.
Well,
Yeah,
my dog, I don't
We
know.
were
I
11
don't.
years old, and then he was hot. but he was okay. He wasn't okay in the head, right?
Yeah, but that's a small bird. My dog, he's been in there for years, so he has a block of ice around him. So I don't know if he's still living, but he could just be frozen.
Frozen in time.
Yes.
Well, if that we can do, frozen in time, I would definitely froze a lot of dogs.
So you haven't worked with dogs like that before? Just big blocks of ice?
I have worked with dogs that they have died before.
No, just dogs in ice.
No, not yet.
How should I try to unfreeze them? Should I put them outside or should I use like a torch?
I don't know. I think that's your imagination.
He's
I can't
still
picture
there.
that.
He's been in my freezer for years. It's a smaller dog, like that one right there.
Yes, that's Alfie. Yeah,
It's actually
like
a little
Yorkshire
smaller than
Terrier.
him.
Oh,
Maybe about like that big. The block of ice is about this big
Yeah.
because it went around it. It's the whole top shelf of the freezer.
yeah. What did your mom say? Do you live with your parents?
No, I live by myself
Okay, good.
since a couple of years ago, so
So
that's
you-
when I
you-
brought him. I didn't
You
know.
can do stuff like that.
Yeah, because I had went to go do some business, and when I
Right.
came home, the dog was going. So I said,
It was
"Oh,
hot.
yeah." So I took him by the tail, and I said, "It's time to cool down." I mean, he's very.
What would you do for him since you're so evil doing stuff?
I'm not evil. I'm just I'm down to business. I don't have
Yeah.
time. See, like if a dog looks at me like that,
What would you do?
I'm getting the gun.
You get it.
I'm getting the gun. I know it's a little extreme, but that's
A little bit. Well, you know, like I said, I've heard them all. I heard them all, and I just stay in the middle.
yes. Do you think every woman should have the right to a post-birth abortion?
What does that mean?
Do you know like what abortion is?
Yes, I do.
So if they're getting sick of the child, maybe 2 or 3 years old, they can have somebody come over and pick his legs and his brain apart until he's not alive anymore.
Unfortunately, there is some people like that.
Should they be allowed to? Should the government fund it?
Definitely not. Nobody should fund it.
Why not? I'm against that, by the way, but some people might disagree.
Because I always gonna go back to the spirit. You know, it's not your job to remove humans from this earth. You know, it's an opportunity. It's like you won the lottery. That kid won the lottery, and maybe not the parents, but you know.
I'm not talking about when the child is in the womb. I'm talking about
outside. Yeah, I get it.
he's
yeah.
maybe
it happens
even
to dogs.
Yeah.
It happens to dogs. So a lot of dogs, you know, they're food for people, right? So that dog didn't.
Oh,
wanna
you're
be
against
food.
eating dogs.
Well, you know, I understand in circumstances like when people are very, 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 very poor, they will eat rats and they will eat, you know, things like that. But in that circumstance, but when it's no need for that, and we have developed a different relationship with that particular species.
Are you a vegan?
No,
No, you're not. That's nice.
no, I'm Mexican.
Yeah.
You know, most Mexicans are not vegan. You know, we have no food, so we eat whatever we can.
Oh yeah, well I'm not saying from back then because now you have like some money you could substantiate.
Yeah.
But I agree, I don't really like vegans. Do you usually eat human
I do,
food or other
listen,
types?
I tried to do vegan. I became really weak, like this guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
He doesn't eat anything
I was
though.
like him. Like I was like not feeling good because I wasn't eating protein. You know what I mean? I'm more. I grew up with very little protein, right? Because we were not rich, and so we would eat like meat once a week or stuff. Like
Once
so
a
I-
week?
so
What did you
I had to
use, what did
train.
you eat the other days? Dogs?
No. Beans and rice.
Okay.
And cheese.
Why
and
not the dogs?
tortillas.
There's a lot of stray dogs in Mexico.
Mexicans don't eat dogs.
No, but there's a lot of homeless dogs.
Well, we don't call it homeless. It's just
Stray
they're just in
dogs.
yeah, right. So listen. So if you ask me, what would you rather have, a dog inside or a dog outside? Well, a dog outside at least has the capability to fulfill his spiritual, instinctual, mental, journey. Versus a dog that is indoor, most of the time they develop problems, like my friend over here, because he didn't.
That's
he never
not your
had
friend.
The freedom. Well, it's a nice way to say it.
That's
Definitely, I don't want this guy as a
it's,
friend.
yeah, it's a being that should have never existed. It was a
I agree
mistake.
with you. It comes from a different planet.
Do you think one day all of your dogs will gather together and stab you to death like the Romans did to Caesar?
No. You know, this is the difference with the human and the dog. Like the dogs do believe in loyalty, and I know you can say, hey, but if some dogs that have attacked their humans and killed their own humans, the hand that feeds them. But we don't know, the details in it. I'm 55 years old. My kids grew up. One is 30, the other one is 37. And my kids, when I started, I had 65 dogs. I didn't speak English.
65 dogs? Wow.
65 dogs, 2 kids, really bad marriage. So I was like a single father, right? And so I'm raising 65 kids 65 dogs with 2 kids, and those dogs come from aggressive background. My kids are totally.
Were you getting paid to raise these dogs, or that was a hobby at that point?
Rehab. So I first started walking dogs. The Mexican guy that walks a pack of dogs, he lives in Inglewood and walks all the way to South Central. That's how people got to know me. It's a Mexican guy who walks a pack of dogs. Kind of racist, right? But that's what we are here. Or
there's a good amount
Armenian, you're Persian, or you're
Oh,
Iraq, or you're
no.
whatever, right? So whatever race you are, that's what they're gonna call you.
Yeah.
And then what you're doing. So Mexican guy that walks a pack of dogs. And so my kids grew up with a pack of dogs that were previously aggressive, and they're totally fine. So when people say, what do you think about the dogs that kill their own humans or the hen that feeds them? Well, we don't know the details.
No, but that would be just, a problem. That would be more because the dogs are not trained well or something. But the Romans, they thought out what they were doing. I mean...
Yeah, those are humans.
Yeah.
I'm saying the loyalty.
But what if the dogs here wanted to take over this compound?
This compound?
Yeah, so they'd stab you.
Well, that would not be dogs. I tell you that. That would be humans dressing like a dog. But my dogs.
It would be like this type of dog.
It would be this kind of dog.
Yes.
This kind of neurotic dog, out of control.
Why is it okay for the police to shoot somebody committing a crime, but not okay when I shoot somebody so I can take their money?
Well, that's a crime.
Yeah, but why does the police get to decide what's a crime and what's not? What if I determine that person having money that it's not mine, it's a crime?
but so that person's money is yours?
No, I'm saying if somebody's robbing a bank, the police can shoot them.
Yes.
But if I'm walking, I don't want to use Inglewood because then I'm basically allowed to do it.
Right.
But if I'm walking in Beverly Hills and somebody has a nice watch, why can't I decide it's a crime that's not my watch and I'm gonna take him out?
I think it's a difference, no? I mean, the guys who rob in the bank are doing a bad behavior, therefore they're gonna engage in that kind of outcome versus the person who earned the watch and then you want to come and take them. Then you're allowed to kill the person?
Maybe not kill them, shoot them in the knees.
All right, hurt them just to get something.
Well, I'm not trying to hurt them. It's more just to obtain. It's more business. The police are business too.
I guess people do it now, right? They do this kind of lazy behavior.
In
like,
Inglewood,
hey, I'm going to go grab a gun and I'm going to intimidate people so I can take whatever they earn. I guess you can do it, right? Because people done it. But again, what are you working on? You're working your honor, your respect, your self-love, your self-value, or you just going like everybody else? You're just, somebody that follows the quick money.
Why is it that pit bulls make up 13% of the population, yet commit 50% of the crimes?
They're powerful.
Yes.
Powerful, they're powerful.
Sounds like some other group I know.
They're powerful and they're not being properly raised. They end up in the wrong hands.
Should we try to breed them down so in like 1,000 years how the wolves went to that small type of dog, we can go from pit bulls to, I guess, just another variation of that type of dog?
Well, just so you have another knowledge. So if you go to a shelter in Los Angeles, you're going to find I would say 40% of the population in there are going to be pit bulls, and the other 40% are going to be chihuahuas. And the rest of the percentage, 20%, are going to be mixed.
Yes.
Right? And then you're going to ask, hey, so why is the chihuahua and the pit bull and the same level of percentage? Aggression. So
yes, but the Chihuahua can make an issue, and also, I think with Trump in office, are we not going to deport them too?
I don't think America will ever deport a dog. I think America will deport humans before deport the dogs. Listen, you can bring a dog into America,
but they're
a dog is an American citizen as soon as he steps on the land.
That might be true,
yes.
But what the problem is,
what?
Who owns the Chihuahuas? That's the real question. And when they get deported...
But definitely they're from Chihuahua, Mexico, right?
Well, that's what I mean, yeah. Is that a real city there?
Yes.
They named the city after them?
Yeah, Chihuahua. No, Chihuahua was there before they named the Chihuahua. And then it's a queso chihuahua, cheese chihuahua that is super good. Good for quesadilla. So if you ever had a good quesadilla, it's because you had a chihuahua cheese. And
I don't understand what you're saying. You're saying it's bread and dog meat and cheese, Chihuahua cheese. I don't get it.
no, Chihuahua is the state. You know, it's a state. It's like Texas. It's a state.
Okay.
Yeah, but so obviously things there from there they name it the Chihuahua cheese or the Chihuahua dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it belongs to the Chihuahuenses.
Yes. How do I explode my microwave?
Go for it. I don't understand.
That's the question. So because I'm trying to explode it, so my
Microwave.
no. You know that thing you put the food in to reheat it?
Yep.
I'm trying to explode it so my eyes don't pop out.
Explode it.
Yes.
Like to make it explode?
I'm asking how I can do that.
I think you can put aluminum, no, or something.
Aluminum will work?
I guess. They tell you not to put some metal inside.
Well, if I don't, my eyes are gonna pop out.
I don't get it, but I'll think about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just sit on that. Just like the
Yes.
13% and the 50% question. I think you understood that one now. You picked up on it?
No.
No guesses?
Microwave? No.
No, not the microwave one, the other one.
Which one? The Chihuahua?
The pit bull.
The pit bulls.
It's like Inglewood.
Yeah. Hey, listen,
You got it now. No?
no.
Okay, we'll move on. Do you pee on random trees to assert dominance when you're walking?
Absolutely.
You do that.
Hell yeah.
How do people react to
I
that?
didn't do it when they're watching.
Well, then you're not asserting dominance. You need to do it to show.
It's a scent. It's not a sight. So it has nothing to do with people looking at me. It has to do with the scent, right? The smell of it. Oh, but it's 43 acres. Trust me, I pay on every tree and every rock, every place.
Yeah, but how will they know it's your piss?
How do my dogs know?
Well, no. How would I'm saying to assert dominance over humans?
Well, I do it here in my ranch. I don't go.
Oh, but that's already yours. You're
Yeah.
asserting dominance
Yeah,
over
but
dogs.
you still gotta pee on it.
No,
Yeah,
I'm,
so the
I'm saying like in
bobcats-
public. Like if you're walking around, let's say you go to New York for a trip.
Yeah.
If you saw, not a lot of trees over there. I guess,
Every
but-
guy in the world has done some emergency stops.
No, not emergency. This is to show that you own the place.
No, but you can own the place differently, right? Because 20 years on TV, you own that. There's many ways to own.
Yeah, but the show. Do you still do that show?
Yes.
You still do the dog whisper.
No, the Dog Whisper, no, but other shows. I'm working on getting it back.
The ratings could have gone up if instead of helping dogs, you just peed on a tree for 20 minutes.
Like Jerry Springer.
Is that what you did?
No,
That was his style?
I'm a different kind of entertainer. I educate and I create enlightenment in people. But I love all the shows, That's one thing I love about America. It's just like a big dog park. Everybody has their own ideas. Everybody has their own race. And it's just a fun place to live.
Should somebody love their dog even if he's gay?
Yeah. If that is real, yeah. Why not?
Well, I mean, it would be tough to determine if it is gay. I guess if you would have to have multiple dogs and you could pick up on the behavior then, but
Yeah, because the dog don't see a gender thingy, right? So
Well-
the dog sees trust respect. So if he trust respect a handicapped person or a
No,
man
no.
or a woman or a cat, you know what I mean? The dog gives his love not because it's a gay thing. It's
well, I
just-
know that some of your tactics for the dogs is to not look at them and to go. But what
No
if
touch,
if
no
the
dog, no
dog?
eye contact,
Yeah, if
yes.
the dog is gay, should you give him a shock collar?
You only use tools if you don't know how to reach the dog, or the dog is too far gone, and then that's when you use a long line or prong collar, chock collars, whatever.
No, a shock collar to.
E-collars, right? Shot collars, whatever people calls it. That's because the dog is already doing bad behavior at a distance.
Have you ever worked with a dog that was gay and you gave him a shock collar? You shocked him and he became straight.
He didn't know he was gay, I guess.
But after you shocked him, did he become normal?
Yes, every single dog, female or a male.
That's good.
I seen this guy. I laugh on your show all
Yes.
the time.
It's a really
Yeah.
serious business
It's very
style.
serious business. This is my therapy right now.
Yes.
World, why would I do this? Because I wanted to laugh. That's why.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. I have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Sheath. Sheath is an underwear company that I've worked with in the past. I also wanted to personally let you know that if you ever see somebody in the streets wearing Sheath, give them a nice hello. Sheath underwear also includes a dual pouch, and to explain a little bit about what that is, it's 2 different pouches to keep everything separate and comfortable. Here's a 2-piece. Sheath is recommended by urologist and my buddy Mike. He said it was extremely comfortable after I sent him all of the products they sent me. Urologists recommend it because it's made from materials like modal and bamboo. Thanks to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode. And if you want to get some for yourself, go to sheath.com. That's SHEATH.com. And use code Matan, MATAN, to get 20% off your order. That's sheath.com, SHEATH.com. And use code Matan, MATAN, to get 20% off your order. Thanks to Sheath for sponsoring today's episode. Should I need a veterinary license to open up a clinic and get paid to dispose of a dog?
Yes, sir. Please do.
Why?
So you can do it with gentleness and whatever you got to do.
Well, they're gonna get in the nicest way, like.
Gone. I get it.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if you do it with honor and respect.
What's the most respectful way? I mean, probably the least painless
Depends. Yes, right.
would be like a sniper, but I feel like that's gonna be a bit
Listen,
hard.
you know what I like to do before any of my dogs' departure? I like to take them to their favorite place, to experience one last day on Earth. And then, I have a good friend, and we do a nice, beautiful ritual. We pray for them, and then that's it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. But I mean, are you the one who puts down your dogs, or you
No.
take them to a vet?
I tell it to a very good friend that knows when it's time to let them go, it's time to let it go. That's because they're in a lot of pain, so there's nothing I can do anymore at that time. But we have kept,
You wait until it
dogs
really
are-
has to be done.
Dogs are 22 years,
Yeah.
so dogs there have gone through cancer or things like that, and we already, did what we got to do, and we can't beat it, and we see that the dog is just getting weaker and weaker, and then unfortunately it's what it needs to be done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the South Park episode made about you?
I love that episode. My kids love that episode. I already had a show at that time, and my kids were little. Once my kids saw me on South Park, they were so happy about it.
Really?
Yeah, they were saying, my dad is famous. Just because I was in a cartoon.
But they didn't know beforehand.
What?
They didn't know you had a TV show, or they just didn't know it was
They were part
famous?
of it. My
Oh,
kids,
really?
and the Mexican community, the whole family works, right? So we bring everybody in. And so my kids have been working since they were little, because I need to show people, look, your dog is done because, now he trusts my kids. So I will, my kids are doing it. So, but they were part of it. And then when they saw me in South Park, for them that was a big deal, especially because we didn't let them watch them because they say a lot of bad words. And
Did you know what type of show it was? You voiced
Yeah.
your character, right?
No.
Oh, you
No,
didn't voice.
They call me and say, hey, we're doing that show about you. I saw what they did to Oprah. I saw what they did to Tom Cruise. So it's like, oh, shit. Right? And then the guys, call me and say, we're doing it. Is anything I can tell you, not to do it? No.
Oh, you didn't want them to do it at
Because I
first.
thought they were going to, like, come on, Oprah is an icon. Oprah is an icon. Tom Cruise is an icon. I'm just a dog guy.
Yeah.
Right? So they're going to, no, but they did a great job.
Did you dislike it at first and then you started liking it, or you liked it immediately?
My episode, I loved it.
Immediately.
I love my episode. It's the best episode on earth. Every time that I do a live show, I always put that in. Everybody gets a laugh,
Yeah.
And the people who had never watched it, they go back and watch that episode, and then they send me a text on Instagram or TikTok, and hey, we love that episode. It's a therapy for me.
Yeah,
Everybody likes to do the.
Yeah, that even I'm trying to do it with him. I mean, it's actually enraging
He's
him.
doing so good, guys. So good.
He's getting worse and worse.
We're gonna euthanize him after this, but the way he liked to do it,
with
sniper.
a bolt action sniper, yes.
And everybody will agree, which is the worst part of it. If that was a dog, nobody would want him to do that.
Somebody
Cesar,
started
please make
a I forget the name, but they started that thing where people can sign a form to try to get something passed, and they wanted the mayor or the president to put this guy down. They saw him on a previous episode. I was thinking about to have him dressed and painted like a dog, but the concern was that people might think he's doing blackface, so I had to stay away from that.
You can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about, I think Clifford the dog,
Clifford the dog,
he's
yeah.
red face and a black eye or
Yeah,
something, but
yeah.
I just...
Yeah.
I already talk so much about Inglewood style stuff, that if I do that, it's not gonna look like I'm making him look like Clifford.
Inglewood.
Yeah. Go, whoa! I kill you, man! Have you ever experienced a dog who talks to you like that?
They wanted to kill me, yes.
No, not wanting to kill you, like a dog, like you're talking to him, you try, it doesn't work, so he pulls out a gun and holds it sideways.
No, thanks God. No, thank you God. I don't want that. If you're watching this episode, I don't want that.
Why do the Japanese people call the monsters in their movies gay Jews?
They do?
Yeah, they call them kaiju, which is, I mean, not a direct one, but it's extremely
Well,
similar.
you know, Japanese have a good sense of humor. I don't know. I need to ask them.
But they're not doing it on purpose. I mean, it's not spelled with a G, but it's actually kaiju. But if you ask them, they'll go gaiju. Gaiju.
Hey, anybody with an accent, we're gonna come across the wrong way sometimes. You know.
I don't mind. I'm a former
I
Jew,
listen.
so I give them permission.
I love it. You know, it opens to interpretation.
Yes, this is a question from a fan.
A ver.
A viewer wanted me to ask why his new dog has been throwing up despite being fed large cubes of salt.
Salt is bad for dogs. That's what they throw up when they go to the beach and they swim through the waves and chasing the ball. By the time they finish, they have
I thought you
diarrhea.
said that when a dog isn't listening, you'll put them in a pool.
Well,
You won't
that's
put them in
different
the
than
ocean?
That's different than the ocean. The ocean is something that they do, on their own, versus the pool is something that I will lift them and put them in the pool. So it creates a different reaction. So salt for dogs is bad. Too much salt.
Well, how do
Right.
how do we know? How do
Look,
we? Yes.
He totally rehabilitated the dog. Sometimes it's not me who does the magic.
The dog
Many
is
times
helping
it's
the
dog.
other dog. How do you know though that he's not gonna? In the long, it seems short term it's working, but maybe long term that dog will end up like him.
It can.
Yes.
It can. Imitation. Yeah. The Menendez brothers, right?
The Menendez brothers?
Yeah, that's an imitation, right? So with the environment, the philosophy, the action, so you can see it. Yes, monkey see, monkey do.
Monkey?
Monkey see, monkey do.
Yes.
Monkey.
Yeah, I just had to make sure.
But Alfie right now, he did a good job, and of course, he can definitely.
Now, how going back to that last question, how do you know when the cube of salt is too big? If it was like this big, would it be too big?
Yeah, you kill him.
Well, that's why he's been throwing up, I guess, for the viewer.
You'll kill him. Definitely you'll kill that.
How can you? So when is enough?
Because
Because
you know what? That cows love it, right? So if you
Cows
can give
like
it to a
salt?
different animal, that's the only way they can get some kind of minerals. So you got to put a big chunk of salt, and then everybody comes and just lick it and lick it. That's how they get it.
but not for dogs.
Dogs are complete because they get it through a different source.
Another viewer, the same viewer had another question. He wanted me to.
I would definitely tell that viewer not to get a dog anymore. Get a cow.
Well, he had a
if you wanna
different
give
dog.
Salt.
He had another question. He says, "Why does my dog keep throwing up despite the fact that I've been feeding him oil,
What is the dog? Oil. What kind of oil?
gasoline instead of water?"
That's a dragon.
Well, he's not spitting fire. He's just vomiting all over the place. The viewer said that he took him to the vet, and the vet called the police on him.
I would definitely join in.
Join in on feeding dogs oil or calling the police?
Calling the police. Right, Alfie? We can.
The dog is starting to take part in how he's acting. He's getting louder and more aggressive.
More aggressive. That's right. Hey guys, that's a human being, unstable. Look at Alfie. Go play with him. There you go. Kill him with kindness, Alfie. Kill him with kindness.
Or just kill him.
You can, definitely.
Yes.
It will help. More oxygen for humanity. His eyes are perfect, eh? He's definitely like a combination of a lizard and a dog.
Oh, I had another question.
Go for it.
Why do the cartels, you said you grew up around them,
Yes, sir.
why do they sell drugs which can lead into a lot more trouble instead of entering the business of selling dogs?
'Cause they don't see a value. They don't see the, selling dogs, you're not going to make those billions of dollars those people make, right? So
Maybe not as much, but it's a lot less risky, you know what I mean?
it's super less risky, but I guess there's a different frame of mind, right? They want the fame, they want the power, they want the money, and they want the control of the whole entire country. So you go after what gives you more money, and unfortunately,
A lot of the time, though, inevitably they end up getting caught or killed by a different one. I guess the same thing could happen if there was a big rivalry in breeding dogs, but I feel like it's unlikely.
there is a rivalry. You're right. There is in the breeder world. There is a lot of rivalry.
Do you think breeding dogs is unethical?
Some people do. Some people listen. There's some people that are doing it for 30, 40 years, or it's a family tradition. There's very, very, very few people with good ethics that they're going to breed good genes, right? And so that is the beauty of a good breeder.
Yeah.
Right? That they're breeding generations and generations and generations, and they never breed anything that is unhealthy. But then the rest of the people, they just going for the quick job, like the backyard.
Would you
breeders.
breed dogs or no?
No. It's millions of dogs in America. They die every year, and so it's an overpopulation problem. And so something that I learned along the way, because before I came to America, I didn't know that there could be an overpopulation.
An overpopulation of dogs?
Oh yeah.
What you're saying, in shelters or on the street or?
So in America, we euthanize at least 1 million dogs a year.
Why don't they just let them loose?
Because that's not the system. It's like Singapore has a different system, right? America has a different system for dogs. So they don't believe in the
Well, in
dogs being
Singapore,
loose.
the problem with Singapore is I couldn't live there. They fine you if you spit in the street.
That's right. I love that part.
You like that?
I love a structure. I love
No.
organization. I love structure. Yeah, once you hit a certain age,
I
you're
like
gonna love
more. Well, I like structure too, but I like more the structure is that if you think somebody's disrespecting you, you spit in their face.
it. Hey, you should go to Sinaloa. You will love it.
I don't think I will last there. I
You
mean,
will love it.
I'm all talk.
Oh well, then they teach you how to do it right.
Yeah, I mean, once I get introduced to a real situation, it's not gonna happen. I'll try to.
That's what we
Cross the
many of us
border
run away from
illegally.
there. We run away.
And you
from
crossed
there.
the border
I
illegally.
jumped the border. I was 21 years old. How old are you?
I'm 17. Yes.
17. Wow. Well, 4 more years.
Until
I'm
your
glad I
age,
jumped
yes.
the border the other way.
You climbed the fence, or was that before the
Yeah,
great
there
white
is
hope Donald
fence.
Trump?
There was a fence. There are holes. There are fans through the beach. It took me 2 weeks to cross it.
But you have citizenship now.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to vote?
Yes.
Did you
I'm an American citizen.
and you voted for Donald?
I vote.
You vote for Donald?
I vote for direction protection.
For Donald.
I can't tell you who I vote because I have to stay in the middle.
No.
I stay in the middle.
But you did vote.
I help Democrats and I help Republicans.
No. You should only help Republicans. If
I like the strategy, right? But I also like certain things about the Democrats.
well,
Democrats is about the pack, and then Republicans is about the pack leader, right? So a combination of those two, I think it creates a good nation, right? So we need good leaders.
half
we
of
need
it is a
pack.
good nation, and the other half are pieces of shit. That's
I
what
agree
I
with
think.
you.
You agree with me?
Hell yeah.
But you agree that the liberals are the bad ones. So we're
Well,
on the same page.
Whoever
here.
doesn't do things with honor and respect and love and smart, and then they should know they're doing it wrong, right? Just by doing it from there. Now, if it's a color thingy, right?
Oh
So,
no, I don't agree with that.
yeah.
I'm a big color guy.
Because I believe that whoever comes to America have to abide by. That's not what the country can do for you. What can you do for the country, right? And you should come with a dream. right? And you should come to make sure you bring an asset to it, right? Because it's not your land.
Well, my opinion,
even though
I agree with that. I think if somebody comes to the country legally, that should be allowed, but only if they vote Republican. If they don't, I think the citizen should be revoked.
It's like the Olympics, it's like literally, the journey of the immigrants is like the Olympics. We all should have a chance, and only the best ones can win.
I agree. Well, I know you have to get going soon, and also I have to get back to my studio.
Yes.
Unfortunately, in
I
West
love your
Hollywood.
studio. It feels like,
West Hollywood.
It feels like immigration room.
This how where they interrogated you? It's a little bit like an interrogation type of room.
It is. Just very, very basic tables. No mics and just chairs.
Yeah, because right now it's like 11 a.m. and I told Longneck, who's going to come on my podcast later tonight, to get there at 9 a.m. Just to prank him. So we gave him the code to the gate to get in, but then we changed it on the phone. So right now he's just there and he can't get out. So we have this guy Longneck, who's basically a dog. I mean,
know who that is.
Oh, you know Longneck?
Yeah.
I mean, he actually probably has an IQ lower than that dog right there. I mean, he's just unbelievable. He's gonna
I have friends in my chats. They have the IQ lower. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, he'll be great.
But we need them in the pack.
Well, I don't know if I agree. I mean, Longneck, we might as well euthanize him.
Okay.
Take these two together.
Definitely, he's not part of my pack alone.
Well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thanks for
And
coming
then
to the
guys,
ranch.
stay tuned for next week with Longneck. We're gonna euthanize him. Thanks for watching. That's it.
Thank you, God. It was fun.